But obviously, moving on from Cavani and that, like, who has been you guys signing of the season so far?
Signing of the season, Martinez.
Martinez?
For Villa,
Emmett?
yeah.
Good
Oh,
shout.
okay.
He's got like 10, 11 clean sheets, fam.
Good shout.
That's a
They
good
were,
shout.
they were what, relegation? They should have been relegated
Yeah.
because of the VAR thing against Sheffield United, innit? When they didn't, not VAR, goal line technology.
To be honest, you're going against yourself here
How?
because you're gonna have to say that Ruben Diaz is the signing of the
I was
season.
thinking-
No, because I would say he's been player this season. I wouldn't say he's signing because
But obviously,
Ruben Diaz cost a lot of money.
They work hand in hand. Look on.
Ruben Diaz cost a lot of money. Martinez wasn't as expensive, and he's had more of an impact on Villa compared to Diaz. Because City were still top 4 last season. Villa have gone from relegation threatened to top 8.
Yeah.
True.
But is it just him that's made that difference?
I would say, yeah.
No, it can be a contributing difference. But
No, not just him, but he's a main factor. Like how many points he saved them.
How about Ollie Watkins?
Ollie Watkins.
This guy's missed like 15 big chances.
He scored 10 goals. More
Okay.
than 10.
He's 11.
And he's come from the Championship as well. He's had to make the step up.
he's worked his way.
From League One,
Ross Barkley.
Championship.
I don't know what that's.
I'm just saying.
So Ollie Watkins and Ross Barkley are the reasons why they don't concede goals.
No, I want to give a shout out to Mighty Cash as well. That guy's been
Like,
a
Tonza as well.
at right back.
Tonza.
Signed this season.
Hey, shout out the whole Villa team.
Even shout out Bernard Traore, you know, he's been doing his part as well. Chelsea game, shout out them man.
Shout out Louis Barry as well.
Louis Barry.
Fit that in there, fam.
That's still recording.
What about you, Shaw? What's your signing season?
Has to be Ruben Diaz, to be fair. Come to City. City is top. Games in hand. You can't go wrong. Clean sheets every single game, basically.
He's done well.
Is everyone going to say Ruben Diaz? I might as well move on from this.
I'm still thinking.
We can give some.
No, I'll give it. Obviously, I'll give it to Martinez as well. Just for the.
Just for the Arsenal reference.
Yeah, he gave us a FA Cup and that community shield.
2
Obviously,
trophies in
that's
his
a,
last 2 games.
yeah.
Wait,
not a bad record.
what are you saying, Ron? Martinez or Leno?
Are you doing this to me? Right now? I'm Leno all the way.
Leno.
What, the same guy that handballed against Wolves and
Yeah,
got sent off?
Still Leno, isn't it?
He got scared. He don't want to play Villa, fam.
Still Leno.
Let me give a little shout out to my boy. You know, he's been injured for the last few months, but let me give a little shout out to Diogo Jota. When he came into the Liverpool team, you know, he gave us a new breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
The front three got to rest, but you know, he got fucked up his knee and that, so he's out for a bit. But hopefully, when he comes back, he continues the same form. Because going on before he got injured, he would have been up there for top signings of the transfer window.
I
You
want
know, give a shout out to Thiago Silva, honestly. One of
What?
Thiago. What?
Thiago Silva's done well though.
Thiago Silva, you know, he's done well when he came in.
How old is he? 36.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't play every week, innit?
His hamstring went the other day.
Exactly. His hamstring went up. He's coming to the Chelsea side. He showed leadership, experience, all of that. Obviously, we're not doing too well, but he's made us a lot better. Even the clean sheets for days, you have to give him a shout out. still.
Leadership, innit?
Leadership. That's what we needed.
I want to give a shout out as well to someone that goes under the radar. Can't remember his first name, for Fofana, innit?
Wesley Fofana.
Wesley
Fofana, yeah.
Big shout out.
He's injured at the moment, though.
Yeah.
He's done well.
Yeah,
He's done
big,
well.
big
Yeah,
But do you know what?
settled
He's
in
young,
outside.
but he does make some mistakes sometimes. But
Yeah, you expect that.
He's young. Every time I watch him play, I've been fairly impressed.
just
with
looks,
him,
he's very athletic.
Very often. Him and James.
He's only
Jackson.
20 as
No,
well.
but I think
He's young.
under Brendan Rodgers, he's like quite a defensive manager. Like
He's a good coach, you know.
He
Yeah,
will.
he
He
is,
will.
you know.
Like he will. You know, carve his defensive game.
Even at Liverpool, he was a good coach, to be honest. He just didn't have the players, you know. Didn't have the pull. He didn't have the pull at
the
Liverpool.
players.
He didn't. But when he did have the players, he nearly won the league.
You know what I'm saying, fam?
No, but he only had them
Yes, yes.
for
He had them for one season. The season after, he was left with scraps. Like he tried to sign Sanchez and
Suarez
Ricky
cut.
Lambert.
You got Ricky
Suarez
Lambert
cut
and
in.
Teddy and them, man.
Yeah, Suarez left, and Sturridge was just injured all the time. It was just Sterling, and then
Yeah.
had to sign players like Balotelli. Them man weren't playing for him.
But really, hey,
Man said Balotelli, Barini and Lambert. Bro.
is it?
That was
Is it that picture, is it?
Markovic and them man as well.
Yeah, that's
Down bad,
struggling.
down bad.
They're struggling, kind of like Arsenal right now. Still,
Oh,
Didn't see that.
I'm like, who's Arsenal?
that's low.
That's low.
What do you say?
He's on the back foot, so he has to go after someone else.
Nah, but obviously Arsenal's dead, innit? Facts, man. At the moment, we're just not it. We're not it.
But speaking of dead, yeah, who's been like the worst player? We can do player /team of the season.
That's full
We can do both.
isn't it?
Sheffield.
I mean, where do we really expect Sheffield?
No, but
to be in?
from last season,
They were top 10 last season.
Yeah, I don't
Sheffield
think
had
they
a massive drop off.
Yeah, Sheffield.
Like one win in 20 games.
Definitely.
Like
Sheffield.
Derby standards, fam.
What's changed?
I don't know. Do you know? I don't know.
Everyone found them out, innit?
I don't know if you watch Sheffield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they found out them overlapping centre
I was
backs.
just about to say,
They don't do overlapping no more.
Season, like their attacking centre backs, they really shocked a lot of Premier League teams.
I mean, we can say the thing about Leicester, shit, whatever now, innit? But if you actually watch Leicester, they don't play that bad. They're actually really good team to watch. They play really well, innit? They don't
talking about
lose, they don't
Leicester
lose by 5-0 like every week, whatever.
What are you talking about?
You mean Sheffield?
Sheffield, I meant Sheffield, yeah. Sheffield, they actually play like really decently, and they don't lose like every game like 5-0, whatever. They lose like 2-1. The same games that last season they won 2-1. They're losing them now, innit? It's just it's been a bit unlucky. It's been a bit of swing of fortunes, innit? And up front, they're not really doing too well. I mean, McGoldrick's the top scorer of like 6 goals or something like stupid like that. So they're not really.
Mate,
We
don't
dodged
get
the
me
bullet with
started.
Brewster, fam.
Wait, you threw it to me about Arsenal. I'm gonna throw it back. Obviously, I like the kid in it, but chat to me about your boy Ryan Brewster.
Well, you know what? He's gone to Sheffield, you know, for about 20 million or something.
24.
And he just hasn't performed.
Yeah,
It's right, he's still got that Champions League medal around his neck.
yeah, in the barber shop,
In a
you know,
barber
showing off,
Like he won.
like he was part of the contribution.
Did he even play in the Champions League?
Nah, I don't think so.
He's
Zero
part of the
minutes.
squad, so you
though.
carry your medal.
Yeah, but you don't show off like that with pride as if you played like.
I would show off that medal.
He's moving like Drewski, innit?
If I won that medal, I'll be wearing hair right now.
Yeah, it's true still. It's true, innit?
So we're saying Sheffield worst team than performance,
Yeah,
like
I'll say
worst
Sheffield.
turnaround. What about
I
player?
mean,
What player?
Player,
Been disappointing.
yeah,
been-
most disappointing player. It might be one of the. It might be someone in the Liverpool team, man. Might be.
Well,
shut up. Here's your opportunity.
No, I don't think so.
And I need you. No.
Mr. Idea
I
Pass.
think. Oh, actually, I've got one.
Oh,
I think,
Thiago.
for me, I think it's Aubameyang. I can't lie. I think it's Aubameyang from
Yeah,
from Wales last season. to
Nah,
now.
I disagree because he has had like personal issues as well.
Yeah, but
Whereas some players,
I'm talking about on the pitch. I'm talking about on the pitch.
yeah, but that can affect you on the pitch.
What are we talking about here then?
I'm talking about someone that has just like someone that hasn't had problems.
We can't say personal
we
issues
can't-
because we don't know how.
I don't know
how
everyone's
it's
situation. I
affecting
don't know
him.
everyone's situation in the Premier.
Yeah, but it's been
Fair enough. You
it's
can say
openly
Oba,
in the
innit?
press.
Fair enough. Why Oba?
Because I think just from how he's performing end of like last season to
There's
now,
been,
it's been a
there's,
complete
been, there's
turnaround.
been a
in
lot.
form.
There's been a lot of goal drought from him. So.
Do you-
So can I say the same about Mr. Toto Anthony Martial?
Yeah.
You're a Martial fanboy then.
No, this is not what we're doing here.
This is not
This is not
about
what we're
that.
doing.
Martial has been poor this
I've
season.
told you, man, for years
Everything
about
has just been
Martial,
off.
man. I told you about Martial for years. He's a fraud.
Bro,
He's just a pretty footballer.
Yeah, about to say he's become an aesthetics player.
Yeah, exactly. He's good dribbles. That's it. He can't
A
finish.
couple of seasons that he's had under Van Gaal, like he was an out-and-out striker. Like,
He's not a striker.
exactly right now. He's not a striker. But
He's not a winger either. I don't know what he is.
He's lost at the
him in
minute,
that
man.
position, but obviously, like I don't know. what
Imagine
the fuck he's
McTominay's
doing,
got the same
but
amount of
he's
goals
just
as
drifting
Martial
out.
in the league.
What?
They both got 4.
Who?
McTominay and Martial both have 4.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Is that wait, Werner's on 4 as well?
But that's another mention for, you know, worst performers this season. You know, he just hasn't. I thought he was gonna get going and hit the ground running, but you know, he scored he had a shaky start, but he started scoring goals. I thought, oh, cool, you know, he's gonna kick on from here, and then he just started going downhill. You know, he's just missing easy chances.
Nah, he's missed big.
That was Fulham one.
Fulham, Newcastle away. Like, it's
Bro, he's not even kicking the ball properly.
Fam, I watch him play. I think, hey, is this guy even a striker? The way he strikes the ball, fam, not like a striker.
He's a bit like
But-
Messi, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit like Anthony Martial.
He can't even
Anthony
properly either.
Martial can shoot. Werner can shoot, but he's just not shooting.
Yeah, he's not shooting.
He doesn't shoot like he means it.
Yeah, he's soft. Like he wants to play in Bundesliga stuff. But the thing with Werner, obviously, he's striker meant to score goals, but he does do a lot for Chelsea. He wins a lot of pens.
He does win the pen.
He wins a lot of pens for us.
Be on him, because what does he say about Zaha when he wins a pen? That should be an
Yeah,
assist.
that's my point. When I say that, you're like, no.
Okay,
but now you're bringing it for Werner.
No, but you're saying I don't. You think people that
They should get the assist if they win a pen and score.
Werner being on like 6 more assists.
What if you win the pen and you take the pen? Do you get both?
Exactly.
got you.
I never said that though, but then, to be fair, we've had 2 this season. Zaha hasn't won either of them, but he has scored both for them. I don't know about Werner.
Werner scored 1, missed 1, I think. No, he scored like 2.
So is that a 50% conversion rate?
I don't know. I don't have the stats.
Wow,
Man.
you gotta start talking about
He scored like 2.
What about Kai as well? We've got Havertz as well.
Kai.
You bought him for no reason. You didn't need him.
72 million. or
He's
whatever.
21, 80 mil. I've always said it in the chat. Chelsea are building a team not for now but for the future. 200, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
200
Thiago Silva is definitely for the future.
we didn't buy it, but it's free transfer.
But Lampard, he signed some of the players, and the Chelsea board apparently signed Kai Havertz.
It's to maybe something we don't know.
That's what it is. It's but maybe. I do think the Chelsea board did sign thing, Kai. But I think it's still a good signing.
I think it's a good
Personally,
signing,
it's still
but
a
I
good
think they
signing.
just signed him just so nobody else could get him.
I kind of agree. 'Cause he's cold in it, but where's the room for him to
There's
play?
no room for it. I think Mason, that you can see
fair,
Mason
Rage-
Mount is there. I think you know.
I thought when Lampard was still here, I thought Chelsea was going to run the 2-8s, the Mason and the Kai 8, and Kante 8 CDM.
You man think you're Man
His
City.
bones are breaking. You know.
You're not being harsh on
You
Kante.
lot thinking you're City.
We're not being harsh on Kante, but you know he's had a lot of injury problems.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
recent,
that's it. It's not,
and so his bones are breaking.
fair enough. It's muscles.
Everybody,
Isn't
you
it?
can't hate N'Golo. You can't hate him. Nobody hates him.
He's been overworked for
I
like the
don't think I
last
know
5
anyone
years.
that hates Kante.
Yeah, true.
No,
You can't
nobody
hate.
can
Can't
hate him.
still.
He's been overworked for like the last 3-4 years anyway.
The thing that's happening to Mount right now?
Mountain's not injured.
No,
No, it's
Oh,
overworked.
He's dropped in
He's
it.
had a few.
Mountain's dropped because
But
he's
no,
rested
we can.
for
Mount is
Valentine's.
cold. Everybody knows it. Only you. You're the
There's only
only
one
one.
man in this room
I'm
that
telling
thinks
you, he
Mount
is
is a fraud.
Why is he a fraud?
Why is he
You
a
can't
fraud?
say why he's a fraud.
No, explain why he's a fraud.
Yeah, you have.
Okay,
you have
I've
a
told you
platform.
before,
Tell
and you
us
don't
again.
like hearing it. Stats. This guy plays an attacking position
Okay.
and gets
You're a terrorist.
no goals, no
You're a
assists.
terrorist.
So
It's not all
we're talking about stats now.
Okay, go for Eze, I dare you.
Nothing to do with Eze. Why like this?
Let's go for Eze. Mount's got more goals and
Careful.
Same amount.
Gonna get your stats
Same amount of
first.
goals, more assists.
same amount of goals, more assists
Okay.
than Eze.
What? Okay, so what formation and like philosophy is Eze playing in compared to Mount?
Where does Eze play? Left mid?
Yeah, in a 4-4-2 that does, in a team that doesn't attack.
Okay, but Mount plays.
Centre mid or attacking mid.
He plays mostly centre mid, and he's one of the deepest centre mids. If you watch,
No.
do you watch Chelsea play?
Yeah, I
football?
do. What there was
If
a
you watch
game
Chelsea-
recently. What game recently was it where he played with? I think it was Kante and Jorginho. Is he not the most attacking mid in that three?
Kante.
Well, I ain't seen that one.
Which one? What game?
It was recently. It was Kante.
Either way, I watch almost every Chelsea game. I watch how Mount plays. He comes in deep. When Jorginho does not play, he comes in.
But do you know why that is? It's because he's doing Kovacic's role.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Okay, what about when he plays behind the striker?
He barely plays behind the striker.
Okay, wait. You see Mount, yeah? Was it? Has he got the most chances created in the Premier League? or
He's
something
up there with Grealish and De Bruyne. He's up there.
So
with,
wait. He would have a lot more assists if players like Timo Werner were finishing chances.
Exactly. If he was playing in these Liverpool sides or
If buts and maybes.
if buts and maybes, Mount is a highly rated player. So it is if buts. and
Okay, if Eze was not playing in a 4-4-2.
If buts and maybes.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah, but Eze is cold, but you
No
can't.
one said Eze's not cold.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that, but you're comparing. That's what I'm saying.
We're not
about-
comparing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like if
Lampard's like
Eze would have better stats if he was playing in his position in an attacking
If
team.
buts and maybes. At the end of the day, Eze's cold, Mount was cold.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
We can both enjoy players in the
stats
Premier League.
are facts, yeah. And agenda always beats facts.
Amen.
What about any other frauds now?
What?
Oh,
Right now, fraud.
Someone said Thiago. I can time it.
Matt Doherty. What?
Golden, let's talk about Matt. Let's talk about Matt.
He's shit. I don't know what else to say about him. Man.
I thought he was gonna be a good, decent backup when he came to Spurs from
He's
Wolves.
a wing back.
I
You
thought
can't
he
do
was gonna
it in a back four.
But apparently he can't even pass either.
Bro, I tell you what, the only thing he's done right is get the best out of social. That's the only thing he's done right, fam. Nothing else.
You know them ones. Alex
Even
Telles,
then he's still
player of the
bad.
season for me. You know, he's made Luke Shaw a world beater at left back. Telles, top player.
Yeah, Shaw's some recent performances that
He's got-
are good. Both of them are battling in that position. So it's good to see the healthy competition there.
Are we still on the topic of frauds? Yeah. You know I'm coming. You
No,
know
don't.
You know who I'm coming for.
We're not doing this. We're not doing
Talk
this.
to me about Nico.
What can I say about him? This season, he's barely played.
72 million. Saka, a left back or left winger, is taking his place.
Recently,
Saka's
Pepe's
not a
played
left back.
decent.
And
Though.
what's he done?
What?
He got goals.
You forgot the goal against, what was it? Wolves.
What was the end
The goal
result?
against Southampton.
Exactly.
What? He's Pepe is doing his thing. This season, he's probably how many Premier League games? That he played like 23.
Can't really say
Have you even got more than 10
You can't
starts?
say that he hasn't played.
Then
hasn't
whose fault
performed
is that?
well.
That's not his
okay,
fault.
tell me. Okay, how is Willian starting over him?
That's the manager.
He works hard, isn't it? William
Willian is the truth.
Willian's done absolutely nothing since the Fulham game. The first game of the season.
Could you say he's been one of the, like we said about
Yeah.
He's Willian.
Thank you for saying that. He's number one for me. As an Arsenal fan, he's
What did
number
you
one.
expect from him, fam? Before
I thought he
you
was
signed
gonna-
him, we warned you.
A man
You
got a
wanted to
free.
keep him though.
A man got a 3-year
I
deal.
still think he's a good.
I thought he was gonna give some burst. Of, he looked like he ain't got no pace.
He does give bursts of
Even
pace,
like
fam.
Yeah, but he used to be giving that Arsenal. I ain't
Fam,
seen that from
really,
him.
and-
He loses the ball way too much. That's the thing for me, fam.
All Willian does is when he gets the ball, he slows down the play or gives it away.
Or shoots.
From when was the last time he had a shot on target? Wasn't it like October or
He's had
something?
What was that shot that he
He's
did
had
the
2
other
shots on
game?
target
Who was
this
it
season.
against?
Which one?
Oh, mad.
He just did some Wasim shot. He just curled it, and the keeper saved it easily. I forgot. Wasn't it against
Shot on
you?
target. Agenda.
What?
Who was it against? It fell to him.
What was it? It must be the Man U game where the shot got blocked.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
like the back post.
And he should have scored.
Yeah, the
and
back
he
post.
should have
It got-
scored.
it got
Wait,
blocked, fam.
Wan-Bissaka blocked in
second
it.
half.
Yeah, it was a block. Yeah, it was the block.
That was
That's when Willian has been air. Like this guy's taking minutes away from the youngsters like Nelson and that.
Was it a hat trick of assists?
He's
Playing
taking-
game. To blame your manager,
William
fam.
for that. Yeah,
I'm not blaming Willian. I'm not blaming Willian. I'm not
Hat trick
blaming
of assists on the first game, wasn't it?
2 assists in it. 2 assists, but
Nothing
yeah.
since.
Arsenal fans think it's free still.
2.5.
I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't think it's
A
fun.
lot of your fan base think
But
it's
yeah,
free
he's
still.
taking away minutes from the young boys. Like this guy's here got experience. Man, I don't see what he's bringing to this club. I don't see it.
You know, it might be behind the scenes, isn't it? It might be a bit like the way he trains and stuff, isn't it?
It could be, but man, if he's training sick, why is he not playing sick on the field?
Well, you know, there's difference between
Still not
training
Chelsea.
and performance. You know, because
I
you
mean,
got
it-
players who like, you know, Leslie King, who didn't do no training and just go onto the pitch
Yeah,
and he done the business.
Tell him to phone up
There's players
Eden.
that might be amazing in training now, like players like Minamino. You know, he's probably amazing in training, but on the pitch, he's like on the day, he's not trusted to
Dead food.
play for Liverpool, and that's why he's been shipped out to Southampton.
He scored that cold goal.
Well, he scored a good goal. I reckon that he's a decent player, but he's just at the stage that Liverpool are in and the situation that we're in. I don't think he's trusted enough to go out and put a performance in. I just feel like Klopp's just relying on his big players to perform, and he doesn't want to take the risk of putting someone else in because, you know, number one, it's a lot of pressure for him. He's still quite a new player to the league. Obviously, he's been here for about a year now, but you know, he's come from Salzburg, and he's still learning his English and stuff. So for him to come in and have to, you know, perform under pressure, it might still be a bit hard for him. If he's gone to Southampton now, he's got a goal in his debut, even though they lost, but he's got a goal. So hopefully this little spell that he has at Southampton should be able to help him build his confidence and become the player why they signed him for.
True. You can see he's a good player, but I don't know, when I see him come on the pitch for Liverpool, I don't know, he just doesn't really do anything in it.
Yeah, no,
But
that's what I
missing.
think of him. He's just like he's like a tidy little neat player. Keeps the ball, keeps possession, but there's not really any sort of penetration from him. Like, you know, he done it against Newcastle. You know, he got the ball, got through and scored, but you weren't seeing that at Liverpool.
Yeah. Southampton a bit less
Maybe he
pressure.
wasn't getting the minutes because obviously at the same thing, he was only getting 5-10 minutes at the end of the game, if that.
Yeah.
He rarely started any games. The first game that he started in, he scored. He scored against Crystal Palace when they played them.
The basher.
But
He had to bring that up.
7-0.
First league goal against
his
us.
first league goal. So his first league goal.
It's
But
always Palace. Too.
I told you, fam. Don't watch us. This is embarrassing.
No more frauds. Is that it? Wow.
What's-
We're gonna talk about Thiago, huh?
Oh,
No. That's your one. That's your one.
that Thiago.
But you know, if we're speaking about Thiago, I don't think you can call him a fraud. I don't think he's had
What's
the
his,
best.
what's his win percentage in the league?
Yeah, but that's the team though. That's not just him.
I'm
That's
with
the
Joe.
whole
I'm
team.
with Joe.
The thing about Thiago is he hasn't played the best. But if you're looking at your stats, if you're looking at progressive passes, he's got the best in the league.
Yeah,
He's got the
but
best
why you
progressive
shouldn't
passes in the
trust
league. But
He's been so underwhelming. He's a world class centre mid, and
no, I agree with you.
he's been brought into a club.
Careful.
No, he's world class.
he's world class.
We've seen him at Bayern.
I think
Remember the debate we had about world class
he's
players the other
easy to
day?
play at Bayern. What? Who said that?
Oh.
I think it's
I remember
Bayern.
when they were screaming we only got him for 5 mil up front. Now look.
I still think he's gonna come good. I still think once we get our team sorted out, I think that he's gonna be able to show a lot more. But I think he's coming in a difficult situation, and he's coming off the back of a knee injury, so he's taking a bit longer to settle in. Because remember, he never had no pre-season. He's come straight off Champions League. He's come straight into the team.
That's fair.
Maybe a few weeks later he picked up a knee injury, so he's got no match fitness, and he's come straight into a struggling Liverpool team. And he obviously, was still struggling, but he hasn't really had the time to, implement whatever the team. He's been playing the first three games. He played in the number 6, and I don't think for Liverpool he shouldn't be in that number 6 role. I think he needs to be a bit more advanced, and that's why we signed him. The only real player that I see playing for us number 6 is Fabinho for me, and he's stuck at centre back.
Wait,
Because I think we just need someone in the number 6 who breaks up play and wins the ball back for us high up the pitch. I think other players they're not really suited to play in the number 6 for
is
us.
Fabinho Liverpool's only like pure number 6? Like,
I think for us, pure number 6. There's other players that can play here. Shout out to Ronaldo and shout out to Henderson.
Yeah.
But I think Fabinho is heads and shoulders above everyone playing in that number 6 role.
okay.
For me.
Yeah, he's world class, isn't it? World class.
Yeah, I think that with Liverpool, we haven't struggled to get going we haven't struggled to get going, but all the stuff that's been going on with all the defenders and losing players in and out of the team, we've just struggled to really get going. I thought maybe we were gonna be able to hold ourselves against Man City and United and just slowly just carry on, but from the new year we just hit a big decline, and it's just been poor performance after poor performance, and we've just been lacking any sort of bite within the team. Nobody really wants to go for it. When I watch our performance, nobody really is out there saying, "Yeah, come on, let's win the game." Like we have one or two odd games where we're like, "Yeah, we'll beat a team, get a convincing win," but then after that we'll face a bottom team and we won't show no sort of any penetration, no nothing. And that's what you need. If you want to win titles, you got to be winning those games as well as the big games.
Do you think it's because just losing like Virgil van Dijk and that, not just him as a player, but that presence that he has and that like confidence that he gives like the players in front of him, losing that, or do you think it's just like a bit of a burnout season?
I think it's a bit of both. It's a natural decline. We hit 90 plus points in 2 previous seasons. There was always going to be some sort of drop off. Like that's 2 big seasons that we've done there. So that's a natural decline. Plus losing, I would say obviously losing Virgil in the first place is a big loss. But then now we've lost our 2 other good centre backs. We've lost them as well. So then that's a whole defence out. And then when you're having to play 2 different partnerships every single game,
It doesn't help.
It doesn't help.
When do you see the new boys coming into the team then?
Hopefully, I think. Well, at this moment, we've got as of this podcast this weekend we've got Leicester City, and I think at least one of them, Kabak, will start with. Maybe both, because Fabinho is not playing, so he's been ruled out with a muscle injury. So But I don't think Klopp's going to risk both of them playing. So I believe that it's probably going to be maybe a Kabak and Henderson centre back partnership for me.
So Fabinho's out as well. Matip, Gomez, and
Van Dijk.
Didi.
Yeah. So that's our whole
Man,
centre
play
back.
Reece Williams, man.
Well, he's probably back in the under 23s now.
Play Reece Williams, stick Henderson back up the pitch. You lot will win games again, fam. You just got to trust him. He's not the best of centre backs. Just trust him.
Just trust him. Yeah.
Well, trust Henderson to win you the game. Not win you the game, obviously, but do a job in centre mid to help you win the game.
Speak to Klopp. He's the one that
man,
needs to do the trusting.
I need to call him.
Because it's true, because Fabinho and Henderson, because you're going to say, without Van Dijk, blah, blah, but Henderson and Fabinho are big misses in that midfield.
Exactly.
You need these guys higher up the pitch. At the back, obviously, they do the job, but they're not doing nothing for us further up the pitch, what they can be doing. And we have to play players like James Milner, no offence to him, but, he's not going to be able to do that every single game.
Yeah, he's 34.
Got my highs to at Liverpool, man. He's dead food.
Nah, he's
It's just a lot of stress.
the
There's a
man
lot
in
of
the
stress
dressing room, innit?
Yeah, he's the dressing room man. He's the man that when they come in, he gives them his little talk. He keeps the lads going. He's probably still doing that.
No, but to be fair, you need a little bit of
he's got the
motivation now and
experience.
then. You need a little bit of motivation now and then, boost team morale, boost team chemistry, and that's maybe what helps Liverpool win games in the progressive coming weeks.
Yeah.
What about Naby?
Man hasn't played. He's always injured.
Man, that's not
Well, he's another fraud of yours.
Yeah,
He's just injured.
I've got
He's
the
just
list.
injured. He's when he plays well. But when does he play? Never. He never plays. He plays one game and he's out for another 6.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's not even back yet.
Abu Dhabi.
He got injured.
Nah.
He got injured the other day. Well, not the other day. He got injured last month, and he's still not back. But he's been given extended because they're trying to actually say, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's work on your injuries now. Let's put you in a proper rehab instead of just keep bringing you back and back. So let's see if that helps now. If he can actually come back and get a run of games, because I think over these next 6 months, it's an important period for him and a lot of the other Liverpool centre mids as well, because a few guys could be seeing the door if don't buck up their ideas.
Yeah.
A person that's really disappointed with me this season, even though he's had an injury at the beginning, was Chamberlain. When he plays for us, I don't know.
I said Chamberlain left my heart broken, man.
I don't know. Really know what's happening. Like I thought,
Bit of a
he'd
nothing.
be able
Nothing player.
at the moment. Yeah, hopefully he can.
What, is he a
It's a
centre
big.
midfielder? Is he a right midfielder?
No, he's a centre
He ain't
midfield.
got
He's
the
been
pace for
playing
a wing
centre.
anymore.
No, I don't even know if it's. Yeah, he might not. I don't even know if he's got the
Why
pace
does he even
still.
want to play in Sunderland?
Yeah.
That's
No, he
him.
thought he was a baller. That's why he thought he could.
Yeah, but
take
in his-
games.
in
But when he first joined Liverpool, he was blamming
Yeah.
long shots, He was blamming
No,
them in.
you know what? When
Remember the
when
thick
Chamberlain
one, box park.
signed for Liverpool, he could run through teams, penetration. He had it all.
Yeah.
But after the injury,
Yeah, injuries
he
just set him back.
just like nothing.
Lost motivation,
Well,
no motivation.
he had a few. He's playing decent, and then another injury. It's just like it's the thing with injuries. If you get too many, they start clocking up, and then from before the injury, you're thinking my body can do this, my body can do that, and it just can't do it no more.
Yeah. Sometimes
Just
it's a
not-
mental thing as well. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's not the same thing with Sturridge. Sturridge is an absolute baller, but the injuries just kept piling up, and then after a while, he just wasn't the player he used to be. Same thing with Danny Ings. But now he's found himself again at Southampton.
Yeah.
But when he was at Liverpool, he was always getting injured, and he just never got to show what he was really about. But now probably Liverpool are kicking themselves now for selling him.
You should have kept him and sold Origi, man. But I like Origi.
Origi's got the Champions League.
He's cult legend. He's a cult legend. But thank you for everything. But Origi,
Greatest of all time.
Time to
we
go.
need to move on. We need to.
Time to go.
So that's the thing about Liverpool. We don't have the depth that other teams have. Even teams like Man United and Chelsea, even City got good depth as well. But Man United and Chelsea, we don't even have the depth to that extent. When Jota came in, we were thinking we got a bit of depth now. We got options on the bench. We thought, Minamino, when he comes, he'll be able to provide that. But now in our situation, Mane and Salah, Firmino are playing. We look to the bench. You've got Shaqiri and Origi, and you know when you're looking at that, thinking to come on, especially the way that we've been playing with either drawing 0-0 or we might be losing 1-0. When you're looking at those guys to come off the bench, you're thinking how much are they going to be able to offer you in a win?
Yeah.
Even at the beginning of the season, we were drawing like 1-1. We'd bring on Diogo Jota, and we would end up winning the game. That happened 2 or 3 times. I think he scored a winner against West Ham, and I think he scored the winner against Sheffield.
Jota's cold, man.
But now we haven't got that, and we need to go in. Obviously, moving on to the end of the season, we need to look at getting more depth and expanding our team and getting some in and getting some out. But we'll move on to that another time.
True. Just,
Get me in, man.
I guess I want to hear everyone's top 4 predictions. I think
Obviously, now before we're still on the case of who's not performed well. Yours from the Spurs team, do you feel like it's not been up to scratch?
Can I say something?
you think. Hold on. Are you thinking of something?
Oh, I know who's coming.
No, I'm just asking you.
I don't know. You looked at me like I'm thinking of someone.
You know
Yeah,
who's coming.
you know who it
I think
is.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, talk to us about him.
What?
Berg.
Mr. Up and Down.
No, Berg.
No, I don't know what's wrong with Bell still.
What? I'm thinking of Berg. Who you thinking of? Bale.
I was thinking of Berg as well.
Oh, so that's 2 players on you.
He only has the agenda. He's the only one that has the agenda about Bergman still.
2 players on your head.
Scored this season.
Yeah, but
Berg.
he plays good, isn't it? I don't know. Berg and Bell. I don't know. The thing about Bergman is he plays well, but he doesn't score, innit? The thing about Bell, he plays rubbish, but he scores, innit? When he plays. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult which one to drop and which one to play, innit? Well, what do you think? What do the outsiders think?
About who? Bale or Berg?
innit?
Personally, obviously, I like Bergwijn, innit? But if man them are gonna be calling Pepe a fraud,
I don't think Berg's a fraud, innit? But
Berg,
No, it's agenda,
Agenda,
If you're gonna be getting on to other players, then they got to have the same treatment.
yeah, fair. That's fair.
Berg is definitely gotta be a fraud. I don't want to call him a fraud, but I'm sorry, he's a fraud as it stands. 0 goals this season. The last season scored 3. If I'm correct.
Just having as a fraud though.
No, that's not what we're doing right now.
I don't think he's a fraud.
The only thing about Bergwijn is like he doesn't get a lot in those situations where you're gonna say, "Oh, he missed a sitter." Like he doesn't get into those goal scoring positions.
What does he do for Tottenham? How does he help Tottenham?
He's a workman.
He's a workman. The reason Mourinho starts him is because he holds the ball well. Like he can play with his back to goal. He holds the ball well. He's kind of quick. He can track back. He's got the stamina. Like he's a good all-round
He's
player.
a runner. He's a worker.
He's a worker. He's a good all-round player, isn't
He's
it?
more than a worker in the team, man.
0 goals from a winger is poor.
And we've
Yeah,
got,
no.
we got Baba Bell as well. Getting onto him, I don't know what I thought. At the beginning of the season, I was a bit worried. I was thinking, Spurs got Bell. Maybe if he picks up his form, I was thinking, Tottenham could be quite devastating. They got Son. They got Kane, and now they got Bell, and they have players like Berg, and they got Lucas Lamela. Lamella's been done for that. I never really worried about Lamela, but
Rella's right. He did at United.
but you know what? I thought, all right, cool. Spurs really mean business, but Bell just never got kicking.
Yeah.
Never. He did it.
I
Never
know.
get the ball rolling.
He looks sluggish. He has had injuries this season as well. Like he always does that, I guess, innit? And I don't know. Someone said that. He plays like he doesn't want to risk another injury, so he plays like
Very gingerly.
we gingerly, a bit
yeah.
light on his feet and that. Like when I watch him play, sometimes you can see a bit of class. Sometimes some of the touches are a bit mad, whatever. He touches them around players and stuff, innit? And like he tries to make things happen. He tries to run at players, but obviously it's not really coming off. I feel like people have like such a high expectation of him, and like to be what he was before, that he was never gonna be like successful in everyone's eyes, if you know what I mean.
But it's the hype that was created. Obviously, when Bale was at Madrid, everyone just thought, this guy's he's not serious about ball, innit? Like, it's kind of because he was coming back to the Prem where he just done sick. Like, everyone thought, okay, he's gonna come back and redo it, which is what you're saying. Like they had such an expectation, but he's even like without the expectation, he's just even being below par on a different scale.
Do you know what? I would have been happy with Bell if he was just better than like Lucas and Bergwijn and them, man. If he was just like a bit better than those. If Bell had like 5 goals, whatever, I would have been so happy with that. Like so far, I never expected him to get like the 21 goals that he left with, whatever. Innit?
Yeah,
that's just unrealistic. But like, if he chips and assists here and there, goals here and there, I'll be happy. But
Yeah, I thought so as well.
to be fair as well, like he doesn't really get a big run in the team as well, innit? Like he never really plays games back to back, so I can't really say, just like any other player. We were speaking about Van der Beek earlier, or Pepe, whatever. It's hard to build that momentum, innit?
Yeah.
So maybe that's the reason as well.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't expect like him to always be like at the forefront of Tottenham. Like it's always going to be Kane and Son being the main reasons why Tottenham could be or potentially could be like successful. You know what I mean? Like Bell can be a contributing factor to that squad, but like might not be on the same level as Kane and Son.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Yeah,
because of previous form.